So now come to the next stage, that is capital subscription process. This stage is to be passed only by a public company. A private company has already started with the incorporation stage of incorporation. That private company has gone through with the promotion process and incorporation process. Here the public company is going to uh, have a capital subscription process. So capital subscription process means a public company has a right to collect capital from the general public. Okay, how it will collect capital from the general public? Personally, it's okay. Sometimes the public company have a right to collect capital from the various persons on the personal basis. Those they give on the personal basis, it's okay. But if a private company goes publicly, it has to follow the various steps. The steps, first step among these various steps is, the first one is approval of SEBI. So you have heard the name of SEBI, that is full form of SEBI is Securities and Exchange Board of India. This is the regulatory authority in our country which works on the behalf of government. This is the highest authority which is in our economy to protect the interest of investors. So SEBI says that if a public company wants to go for the public subscription, it has to give the adequate disclosure of each and every information, that how much capital a company wants to issue, as well as how it will be utilized. So each and every information will be given. So this is necessary. This information is necessary to protect the interest of investor. So we have done this. After giving this information, a company will go. So after getting the permission from the SEBI, that company informs to the general public. How the company informs to the general public? It informs through the prospectus. What is the prospectus? Prospectus is a document described or issued as a prospectus including any notice, circular, advertisement. मीन्स कोई भी ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट, कोई भी ऐसा सर्कुलर, किसी भी तरह का कोई नोटिस which describes that come by the shares of a particular company, which says that come, let us deposit this much money for the purpose of investment in the company. So prospects, if you remember this step, that if you more closely want to understand this concept, so you must have remember when you were admitted in the school, for the purpose of registration you were asked to purchase a prospectus. It is not like that the prospect is a document which is only issued at the time of shares or sale of debentures, shares or debentures. A prospectus is a document which offers a notice, a circular, any advertisement which offers anyone to do a particular job. If the schools are there, the prospects advertises about the admission of a student. If it is a company, it advertises, it gives the information regarding the sale of shares or securities. That sale I am saying from the point of view of investor, but for the point of company. But for the purpose of investor. If investor has to purchase the securities, so that's why it is a prospectus. So all the information will be regarding the company will be distributed, given in the prospectus. The next one is appointment of bankers, brokers. Those they want to buy the shares, definitely they will submit you the money. Then you will give the shares to them, na. तो it is not like a retail market कि मार्केट में गए, शॉप पे गए कि भैया इतने शेयर्स दे दीजिए and company will give you this much shares. No, a proper process will be followed, that you will, when you will want to buy or purchase the shares of a company, you have to submit a specified amount to a banker. So that banker means a particular institution is to be selected. किस बैंक में आपके शेयर्स खरीदने पर लोगों को पैसे जमा कराने होंगे. So appointment of bankers, brokers. In general terms, you know who are the brokers. They are basically the middlemen. Those they will help in selling the shares of a company. If the response of a public is not good, then the brokers they will help the company to sell the shares of a company. In the same way, underwriters are there. That underwriters will also help a company to sell the shares, but the difference between broker and underwriter is there, that brokers they simply sell the shares and get the commission from the company, but undertakers they assure the company that they will able to sell this much number of shares. Now ब्रोकर तो है कि 5 शेयर सेल किए, 6 शेयर सेल किए, 50 शेयर सेल किए, अपनी कमीशन ली एंड साइड में हो गए. लेकिन अंडरराइटर promises that they will sell 100 shares of a company. If now the question is, if these underwriter is not able to sell these 100 shares, he is able to sell only 80 shares, then what about the rest of 20 shares? So these rest of 20 shares will be subscribed by the underwriter, and obviously they will receive the commission on all the 100 shares. So getting approval from SEBI, a prospectus will be issued, as well as if a company does not want to issue the prospectus, it can issue a statement in lieu of prospectus, as well as the next one, appointment of banker, brokers will be there, and the next one, a minimum subscription. Now you want to collect 10,000 shares of 10 each. You want to issue 10,000 shares of 10 each. That means you want to get 1 lakh rupee from the general public. That means a public company wants to collect 1 lakh rupees in the form of a shares from the general public. Now the question is, if the public, you have appointed the broker, दम लगा दिया कि आपने shares sale हो जाए आपके, you have appointed the underwriter, still some problem is there. The people they are not interested in buying the shares, and people they are not interested in buying the shares of your company. Now what to do? Will you continue further? In what conditions you will continue further? You will continue when you will get 90% of its subscription. Means 10,000 shares you have offered, and until and unless 9,000 applications will not be received, you will not continue the process of capital subscription. If the 7,000 shares are being sold by the company, the company cannot go for the process of continue for the process of capital subscription. It can continue only after 90%. That it means 9,000 shares will be issued, then company can go for the next step. This minimum subscription is the legal condition given by the Securities Companies Law Act. There may be there may be some exemptions that company can issue the subscription the shares without getting the minimum subscription, but we are not concerned with that exemptions. We are concerned with that every time the company will collect 90% shares of a company. Now you will apply for the issue of shares to the stock exchange. It is compulsory that any of the stock exchange out of 24, 25 stock exchanges in India, that company has to register at least one stock exchange. Means अपने आप को register कराना है. Or if this permission is not guaranteed before the expiry of 10 weeks from the closure of subscription list, the allotment shall not be continued. The allotment shall become void, बेकार हो जाएगी. आपकी सब्सक्रिप्शन लिस्ट क्लोज होने के 10 वीक पहले, सब्सक्रिप्शन लिस्ट मीन्स जब आप लोगों को ऑफर करते हैं कि कम एंड बाय अवर शेयर्स, तो और इस पर्टिकुलर डेट तक यू कैन बाय द शेयर्स, उस पर्टिकुलर डेट से 10 वीक्स पहले अगर आपको परमिशन नहीं मिलती है तो यू कांट इशू द शेयर्स. Now the next step is everything is going smoothly, that you have applied, you have offered 1 lakh shares, 10,000 shares to the general public, and public has applied for these 10,000 shares. आपकी रेपुटेशन मार्केट में बहुत अच्छी बन रही है, आप बहुत अच्छे से काम कर रहे हैं, then definitely the public will come and they will buy your shares, and all the 10,000 shares will be sold. And now all the 10,000 shares will be sold. That the people, they are not interacting directly. How the interaction is being made? That interaction is being made, मैं अपने घर से काम कर रही हूँ, आप अपने घर से काम कर रहे हैं. In that situation, आपने मुझे permission दे दी कि yes, I am selling this much shares to you. Now how I will be confirmed? I will be confirmed when I will be issued the letter of, I will be sent a letter of allotment, or you can say in technical terms a return of allotment. And sometimes it may happen, the condition may happen that I have offered 10,000 shares. The situation is that public offer for 8,000 shares. In this case, I can't continue my capital subscription. Second situation ये भी है कि optimum subscription और 10,000 offers have been made, and 10,000 shares will be bought by the general public. Sometime it may be there कि company is in a too much good reputation, and 20,000 shares, company offers 10,000 shares, and public send applications for 20,000 shares कि 20,000 लोग मिलके जो है वो shares खरीदने के लिए apply कर देते हैं. अब what to do? I cannot issue more than to the shares offered. Means मैंने 10,000 shares offer किए हैं तो I can sell the 10,000 shares only. ऐसा नहीं ये देख के कि मेरे पास ज़्यादा customers आ गए अब मैं ज़्यादा share sale कर दूँ. No. So what will be done? Then in that situation a pro rata allotment will be done. Means those they have applied for 22 shares, they will be given 1 share. Or the other different various alternatives may also be there, but you cannot issue more than 10,000 shares. So फिर is every information will be submitted to the registrar of companies within the 30 days of allotment. So in this way the public company can issue the shares to the general public. So it was all for the process of capital subscription. Now we have studied the two main documents, that is memorandum of association and articles of association. See what is the difference between memorandum and article of association. The memorandum defines the object for which the company is formed, and articles defines the rules of internal management, how these objectives will be achieved. And the second is position. Memorandum is the main document and article is the subsidiary document. Memorandum of association defines the relationship with company and outside world, and but articles define the relationship between company and its member. Validity. Any act beyond the memorandum of association are invalid. मेमोरेंडम में लिखे हुए कंटेंट से बाहर आपने कुछ भी कर लिया, इट इज इनवैलिड, और कभी भी इसमें कोई करेक्शंस नहीं की जा सकती. बट आर्टिकल से बाहर अगर समथिंग एक्टिविटी इज बीइंग डन तो इट कैन बी करेक्टेड. Or each and every company necessity that each and every, either it is a private company or it is a public company, has to file a memorandum of association. But article of association, in that case, that article of association is not compulsory for the public company to be filed. In this substitute, earlier we have studied that table A can be adopted, as well as there is table F in the Corporate Act, Companies Act. It can also be, or this can also be adopted. So here we end our chapter. Next we will start with our next chapter. Thank you.